There we go. Okay, good morning. We're working on Climb Every Mountain this week, and I'm just played it, and we're using the category dynamic um, because for a lot of people that's like unfamiliar to them. And so, what dynamic means, or keyboard touch on the E instruments, is the harder you strike the key, the louder the sound will be. So, I just played it, and we had some people who heard me use that dynamic touch 2 times and somebody who heard it 5 times. And since we weren't recording at the time, I'm going to play it again and then we'll see if we can get more spots where I've applied that. I'm starting with piano sounds. They're rolled octaves for 2.5 lines, and we have to use the sustain on that so that the notes hold. Otherwise, you get that's not good. So here we go. I'm using intro 2 with Philadelphia music style. Okay, so we have it's in the features that we're going to use, it's very busy because I used the left touch bar. I used the on the that's the cymbal roll. I used the right touch bar for the crash. I'm using a rolling timpani on the pedal. Automatic, you can do it with pedal genius or pedal sound. So that's a rolling timpani. And then you have your foot switch to the right for the fill. So you're actually very busy with features. So I think it would be a little bit of a challenge for most of you here. What I've seen and heard from you speaking is you like the challenge and you're up for the challenge. So I thought I would create something that would be a challenge and we'd be pretty busy. Any questions so far? No?
So how many times did you use the dynamic?
I'm sorry?
How many times did you use the dynamic?
I'm not sure. I got up to 5, and then I stopped counting at the end because I was too busy. How many did other
I
people hear?
I counted 5 that time.
I
5 that
counted
time?
7 the second time.
Okay. The point is to use it. You want to use it as a musical phrase, like, and I'll go through it with you. The first thing I did on measure 2, the lyrics are mountain, and it's an F sharp and then a G note. I made the G an eighth note, connected it to another G, and then I played B as in boy as an eighth note, D as in dog as an eighth note, and then a high G. Oops, let's get on the right one. That's what I did. Get the camera here so you can see it. So you're just playing as you look. It's a G chord. G, B, D, G. So that fills in instead of just sitting on a dotted half note for 3 beats. So that's the first thing I did. On line 2, the lyric is low, the first measure. I only held it for a half note, 2 beats, and then I played the virtuoso up and down. One time up, one time down. Okay. Staying on line 2, the lyric is follow every byway. After byway, I played an A minor chord. Line 3, measure 1, that's where I did a 2 measure fill, because we have that luxury. And that's where I changed my sound. I went to setup number 2, which is a pan flute. And that's very dynamic when you hit that one harder. And you heard me do that on measure 3. The lyric is mountain, and you hit it. It's an F sharp and then a dotted half note G, and then I hit the G. Well, I'm not on the right sound. So you're just doing every white note. So G, instead of sitting there, we want to get moving a little bit. So it's only 3 white keys lower than G, right in a row. Everybody get that? Okay. And then on line 4, follow every rainbow. On the word follow, I did a dynamic strike. I hit the key harder. On the last note, till you find your, that C, I did a turn. Okay? C, D, C. And the first strike of that C, it's an eighth note C. The first strike I hit dynamically. I hit it harder. Okay? Then at the top of the page, for me, the lyric is dream. Then I created a measure just for the fill so that I could change my sound again. This time I have a lyrical sax. So that first G, all, is the lyric. Measure 3, all. I struck that harder. Next line, I did dynamic strike on measure 1 on the F sharp eighth note. And then again on the A, measure 3. Okay. Now let me go back up to line 1 for a minute, because on measure 2, instead of the D minor, I played an F as in Frank, F major 7th. And then on measure 3, where it says a G chord, I played D as in dog minor. And then on beat 3, the B quarter note, that's where I played the G7. So I just was detaining the chord there. On line 2, measure 2, On the third and fourth beat, the G half note, I played a G major seventh. And then on the rest, it says an A chord, right? An A7. I played an E minor. And on beat 3, that's where I played the A7 because E minor goes very nicely with A7. On the fourth line, ford every stream, follow every rainbow. That's where I put my railroad tracks in because I want to stop there. And after the D minor chord, I played in F minor. So I'm going to play that line for you, just that one line on measure. Where are we here? We're here. I'll start up at Climb Every Mountain on line 3. I hit the fill and I played an F minor chord and then I stop. Now I go to one more sound. The trick here is I don't hold into the measures, so I made each note its own measure and I took the memory off. So when I pick up my hand, the chord stops, which is what I want. And you can see my fingers are busy. I got this going on, this going on, this going on, and this going on. So you're very occupied with your hands. Whoops. Questions? So my last 3 chords on the last 2 measures, instead of a C chord, I first went to A flat, played an A flat chord. Then I went in another measure and played F minor, F as in Frank, and then I ended on a C chord. So all it did was it detained it a little bit to build it up to be a bigger ending. A flat, F minor, and then C.
But
Okay.
you did the E7 and the G7, or no?
No, thank you. On the E chord, the second measure, well, I made it a second measure. I played a C augmented instead of an E. And the G, yes, I played the G chord and I played the F chord. So here's the chords for the last line. It might be easier if you just watch that. And you can hear that rolling timpani in the bass. It's just rolling right around there. So that gives it a really good dynamic sound as well.
I think I still missed the chords. So you do an A flat and then a C augmented,
No,
then F minor, then G7?
no, no, no.
No. Okay.
Let's go up to the second to last line where it's follow every rainbow right there.
Yes.
After rainbow, I played an F minor chord.
Right. And then you stop.
And then I stop.
Right.
And then I go to the last line and I play C and a cymbal roll. And then C augmented,
Okay.
then F, then G7,
Okay.
then A flat, F minor, and C.
So the A flat, F minor, C are all on that C note.
Yes.
Okay.
And I made those chords each be their own measure
Okay.
because there's no music style on there, so you can take as long as you want for your dramatic ending, if you will. Um, can hold it as long as you want to hold it.
You went 8 VA on that C.
I did. Goodness, you people are so sharp. You hear everything.
Right.
You did another higher note before you did that high C with the HVA, didn't you?
I went to high, yeah, on the G7 chord, I went to high G and then I played a B with it. So it looks like this. I think you can see my hands. Because as you know from my teaching, I like endings that crescendo, that go up. Instead of dropping a melody note down at the end of the song, I like to hear it go up at the end of the song because that makes it much more final. So you don't have to do that. I just think it makes for a nicer. You know, when you get to that point and you're hearing it, you know this is it. It's over. Here's the end. So I try to make that real obvious.
Could you play the last line again,
Sure.
please? Thank you.
You're welcome. Oops. Any questions?
Joni, at
Yeah,
the top of the second page, where the first line, where you had the turn, you said that was the CDC?
that's the last note on the first page, the eighth note C.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's, okay. That's where the turn comes in, is that
Till
right?
you till you find your and on the word your, that's a C eighth note. I did
Okay.
that turn.
And then the F major seventh, was that on the first beat of the second major at the top of the page?
No, it's on the third beat,
Third beat,
third and
okay.
fourth beats.
2, 3, 8.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? I'm confident that this may keep you a little busy.
Yeah.
Oh, how did I get that? Stop, stop, stop. Yeah, I
You
think it'll
made
be
it.
a little busy.
You made a simple song a little more difficult.
It's a great song, and you're right. It can be played very simply and enjoyed, or you can make it a big to do production. So I thought we'd add a production to our repertoire.
When I got the email saying you were doing this song, I thought, oh my goodness, this is a simple song. What is she going to do to it?
Little did we know.
Exactly.
That is true. I kept, it was weird because when I was first working on the arrangement last week, I would do one little thing and then I'd be thinking in my mind about because I try to use the features that are on the instrument because you got to learn how to use your features. That's what makes you sound good. And then I would think of another feature and I go, oh, I'll put that in. And then I'm thinking a little more about other features and I go, oh, I'll put that one in too. And that's it, just kept going like that. I kept thinking of things, so I actually spent more time preparing this one than it typically will take me in any given arrangement. But this one, I just kept coming up with things. And then I finally said, if I try to explain all this verbally without a handout, it's too many words. Everybody's going to get lost. So then I hastily last night typed this up and came in today and hastily tried to get the email out and I missed a step. So I'm going to correct it and resend it to you in just a little while. Anything else?
Can I
I
ask
have,
you a question on fingering
I'm
on another
sorry.
song? Can I ask you a question on fingering on another song I worked on?
Yeah,
I have to play 7 notes descending, a C, A, G, E, C, A, G. So I'm wondering, like I did 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, crossed over, and then did one and my thumb. And somebody told me I should have just done 5, 4, 3, 1, crossover, 3, 2, 1.
that's true. Yes, you could.
Does it does it really make a difference which way you do it? Because I was told the second way with crossing over and do 3, 2, 1 makes it more smooth.
I agree.
Okay.
I try to use my thumb as early as possible in something like that. If I have three keys left, then I'm going to do three, two, one, and you are going to be smoother because your thumb, your third finger crossing over your thumb automatically gives you a smoothness that the other way won't be quite as smooth. So that's what I would do, three, two, one.
Okay.
Okay, good question.
Thank you.
Okay, well, you have a blessed week. I had fun with you today. I hope you enjoy it. Look for an email a little bit later on here, and I will see you next Tuesday.
Joanie,
All
love the
righty.
dress.
Oh, thank you. The caption should read Got Music. Okay, I will see you next Tuesday. Thank you for being here. You were wonderful.
Thanks,
Thank
Joni.
you.
Thank you.
My
Great
pleasure.
lesson, Joni. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.